Good morning. I'm J. Lenora Bressler, and welcome to the January 16, 2018 edition of the Bible Delight in the Details. When last we were together, we had started looking at Paul's trip to Athens and his recitation of the gospel on the famous Mars Hill in Athens. We were talking about the fact that he was talking to a culture where there were temples on every corner to every god in the pantheon of Greek, or at this point Roman gods, including one to an unknown God. And we were saying how sad that is, because it shows you that the people living in that culture were hedging their bets. They were uncertain, and they were literally living in fear that they might overlook a God, not do what the God required, and therefore would be in trouble with him or her, or even someone that they didn't remember or didn't even know. It was a terrible way to live. Think about the stress, the strain, the not knowing. There would never be any, as the old hymn says, blessed assurance of salvation or being in right relationship with the gods. But as we think about it, there are many, many people that you and I both know, who live in the same exact kind of culture. There are a lot of people who believe in a God, but they feel that it is their relationship with him is dependent on actions. Almost every religion in the history of mankind has been a works-based religion, and therefore people, even to this day, still believe they have to figure out a way to be good enough, to do enough, to be on good terms with the Lord. How does one ever know? Well, you don't. That's the problem. And people in works-based religions, if they're intellectually honest, will tell you that they don't know. They do the best they can and hope for the best. Now, what about people who do not think of themselves as religious or believing in an organized religion? Well, most people on this earth, when they are surveyed, most people do believe that there is a God and that there is someone that will ultimately decide, if through justice, what is to become of them in the afterlife, whether they will be rewarded or punished. So whether or not they identify with a specific organized religion or not, most people would say that in that regard they are indeed spiritual. Most people are not atheists. Most people are not truly agnostics. They do believe in some God. Well, when you ask these people who do not identify with a specific religion to tell about their relationship with God, most of the time they do reflect a works-based idea. They say, well, I'm a good person. I'm trying hard. I try not to hurt anybody. I try to be thoughtful, etc. Well, what is that but works-based? The great news of the gospel is that one need never count up your good works. It's not about that. Good works will flow out of the gratitude and the attitude that you have when you truly know the Lord. But the Lord in the Gospels is very clear about how one comes to salvation, and it is through faith and belief in a person, in the person of Jesus Christ, who was man and God, and who therefore can breach that gulf, that chasm between God and man. Almost every religion, in fact every religion, other than the Judeo-Christian religion, is about man trying to reach up to God. It is only the Judeo-Christian religion where God is actually coming down to man. And that is ultimately what it has to be, because we can never reach up. We have to rely on the Lord to reach down to us and to tell us frankly how to be on good terms with him. And gratefully, he has said it is about faith. So if you have faith, you can have that blessed assurance. It's a beautiful thing that Paul brought to Athens and that we can bring to the Athens of our world today. I'm J. Lenora Bressler. Visit me on the next edition of the Bible, Delight in the Details. Have a great day.